K-Pax making a stop in my hometown of Millbrae. Hello, I'm Tony Cantillo, your fresh grocer. Join me for the Millbrae Art and Wine Festival, September 2nd and 3rd. There's something for everyone: food, wine, art, and entertainment, and even a classic car show. I'll see you there.
Day and Date, coming September 11th on KPIX.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back, everybody. I'm Tom, and this is the simulcast up and running now on CBS Radio and Television. It's Tuesday night, the 22nd of August, 1995. Don Rickles is here tonight, and Clive Barker, the horror picture maker, both making return appearances on our show. At dinner tonight, we're watching the Angels game on Prime Ticket, and they have a thing where you call an 800 number and you fax a question in to the announcing team, and they read the question on the air. So Horowitz says, why don't we fax something in there? Horowitz has absolutely nothing to do. So we fax in a question, which I've made up, you know, the old one that I always ask. What is the most number of pitches that a batter can take, assuming that he never swings at the ball in a single official at-bat, the key word being official? So we fax the thing in, and Horowitz says, I can't believe they won't read this on the air because, after all, Tom Snyder sent in the question. We said Tom Snyder and the staff of the Late Late Show. They asked the question, they took it on the air. They read it on the Angels game on Prime Ticket tonight. We'll have the tape for you tomorrow night. Horowitz is orgasmic in the control room. He is beside himself. The only thing is, the answer is 11, by the way. He faxed in the answer as being 12, so now the whole thing is all screwed up. This is a story in progress. We'll notify the media, and it'll be in your papers in the morning. You know, last night on the radio, after hours, somebody called in. We talked about Shannon Faulkner. This young woman who entered the Citadel and then had to leave because of health reasons after, what'd you get, heat stroke or something like that, and she was overweight. And as I said to the caller last night, we were talking about the fact that she might have been better prepared to enter the Citadel. I think she was 20, 25 pounds overweight. And what never should have happened was the guys at the Citadel saying, nah, 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 you know, that was bad form, to make fun. But, you know, if she really desires military experience, and if she really wants to be a soldier, and if she really wants to have the experience of joining a corps, why not join the Army? You know, they will welcome her with open arms. They will educate her. They will train her. She can rise in rank and, you know, be Colin Powell someday. Just, you know, you don't have to go to the Citadel to be in the United States Army or to be in a military organization. Then another caller called in. These are just little random stories of stuff that happens on radio if you don't listen. And it turns out this guy is a security guard in Memphis. And I said to him, by the way, do you ever get called over to Graceland? Do they ever have any problems over there that would require a security guard at the Elvis Presley birthplace and residence? He says, no. He says, because Graceland has their own security. And I was thinking afterwards, we have security here at CBS, right? They have security now at Graceland. They have security at NBC. They probably have security at the place where you work. With all this security in America, why are we so insecure? Why is every place you go, they got security? You know, Donut King has got security. Everybody's scared to death. So we talked about that last night. Then coming in here today, I'll tell you a little secret. I park in Peter Lund's parking place because it's closest to the door, and you know, my hair hurts in the sun. And so this used to be labeled Mr. Stringer. And by the way, if Mr. Lund, who's the president of CBS, is in Los Angeles, I don't park in his place. So today I pulled in, and it used to be labeled for Howard Stringer. And one of the employees walked by who didn't know Tom. And she said, oh, good afternoon, Mr. Stringer. Show's making a big dent on people here in the building, isn't it? And then Don King was on the air today, announcing the name of Tyson's next opponent in November. Don, no way, baby. You can put it on pay-per-view at my house for zip. No way. And what Showtime ought to do, they can't give the money back. I understand that. But for all of those of us who got suckered on this thing, they ought to give us like a month's free of Showtime. Let us see some movies in some of their shows, if they had any sense of PR at all. Final note, a crew was in town today from WFRV-TV, Channel 5 in Green Bay, the Fox River Valley station. Did a nice interview there with Chris. And that'll be on the air on Channel 5 in Green Bay in fall. So although we didn't get there, at least we did get a chance to sit down with Channel 5 and talk about, you know, all the good things that happened in our little make-believe trip to Green Bay, which we still have on the back burner here at CBS. Don Rickles is back from a tour of the Orient, including Hong Kong, Singapore, China, and Vietnam. Clive Barker is here with tales of a brand new motion picture opening in the theaters on Friday, and of course the magic of you, America's sweethearts, on the toll-free line. Settle back, fire up the simultaneous, watch Don, Clive, and Tom as they fly through the air. And thanks for watching, everybody.
Nice and Easy, 104. It's you.
Do I know you?
See, Nice and Easy works with your hair's own tones and highlights. Look at mine. Doesn't it look natural?
Yeah.
She's gonna stop traffic.
It's nice and easy to be natural.
With Ryder, you can drive off with great rates. So whether it's cross-town or cross-country, don't make a move without calling Ryder first. Call 1-800-GO-RYDER.
Beyond Rangoon is a fearless masterpiece. This is John Borman's best film in years. An intense, riveting adventure propelled by the most compelling performance of Patricia Arquette's career.
Right now, you might be the only tourist left in the country.
Grippingly suspenseful and deeply absorbing, Beyond Rangoon is brilliant. Patricia Arquette in a John Borman film. Beyond Rangoon. Rated R. At theaters Friday.
What's with the bib?
Oh, I don't want to get stuff all over me. And it's not a bib.
Looks like a bib.
See, a bib is worn by an infant, little baby.
What's your point?
It's not a bib.
The Whopper, now with cheddar cheese, hickory smoked bacon, and barbecue sauce. The Western Whopper at Burger King.
If you're scrubbing mildew, you're not using Tilex Instant Mildew Remover.
A good seal is hard to find, and only one seal has the strength of Reynolds in a plastic wrap. Reynolds plastic wrap, the one that stretches to seal stronger, seal longer than any other premium wrap. Reynolds plastic wrap, seals stronger, seals longer.
This is where your fight for clean teeth can be won or lost. Here, between your teeth, the toughest place to clean. But be aware, the most powerful instruments for penetrating between teeth aren't for home use. This is Crest Complete. It's designed to fit the shape of your teeth, so it comfortably penetrates and cleans far between them. If the toothbrush fits, use it. Crest Complete, the right fit for clean teeth.
Wake up. Call 976-WAKE. Get out of bed and get ahead. Use your touch-tone phone. Call 976-WAKE. We're the wake-up that works. So why worry? Don't ever be late again. Call 976-WAKE. Do it now. Only $2 plus possible toll. Depend on us. Call 976-WAKE and wake up right. Wake up bright. Wake up to us tomorrow. For service outside California, call 1-900-976-WAKE.
Don Rickles has been among America's most popular comedians and personalities for more than 35 years. He continues entertaining audiences in both Las Vegas and Atlantic City, and he'll be appearing in 2 motion pictures coming out this fall. He's back now from a long trip to Hong Kong, Singapore, and China with his friend Bob Newhart, and thanks for coming back to CBS. It's great to see you.
I wouldn't miss it.
Let me ask you, because you were on the way when we last talked to Hong Kong, Singapore, China. What was Hong Kong like? Do you get any sense here that, in 1997 it goes back to the Chinese?
A lot of laundry. A lot of laundry. A lot of little guys running around going, you want your shirt fixed? And a lot of that.
What's amazing is their clothes are all wrinkled.
Yeah, right. This is one of their jackets. That's why I'm sitting in this kind of light. But no, they all come up and they do the clothes. Newhart and I, we had jackets made in Hong Kong in 4 days. And the guy was with the machines going a mile a minute for $1.50. The jacket, I think this thing cost me maybe $200 tops. And we had it, and we got home, and then I had to have a tailor do it again. So an American tailor, come on, snap out of it.
just was wondering what happened to the question and whether or not you heard anybody.
Doesn't matter the questions. I'm here.
I understand.
This is a treat. What are you
Was
kidding?
there any talk among the people?
What are we, in the toilet?
The people. Oh, well, if you keep this up. Yeah. But you know, it goes back to the Chinese in 2 years, and a lot of people are concerned that it won't have the freedom and it won't have the atmosphere that it has now under British rule.
Oh, no, that's ridiculous. No, you're kidding. That's a very capitalistic place. I mean, they're all running around making money hand over fist, you know. The only thing that's outdated is the chopstick job. You know, I never had a good meal. I kept missing the chopsticks. You know, I eat with a knife and fork.
And then Singapore. You know, all we've heard about Singapore, most people in this country, is the kid they caned over there for smashing up the car or defacing the car. What's Singapore like?
Well, it's the Board of Health. It's completely clean. I mean, if you go, you spit, you go to jail. So you can't spit, walk, talk, nothing. Everything is spotlessly clean. You don't wear shoes on the street. You go, you know, little things over the booties, over the socks. And it's a great town. You know, 2 days tops. Then you take a nap.
And what did you do in Singapore? What is there to do there?
Well, if you're a cosmetic surgeon, you get eyes fixed. But not much to do.
No, but what did you do? I mean, are there sights to see? I mean,
I walked around
like in Hong Kong.
I acted like I was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Everybody was shorter than me. I kept getting with a basketball, dribbling around. No, there's not much to do in Singapore. It's a major city, very pretty, very beautiful. In fact, the Newhart said they want to live there because it was so clean. But what do they know? You know, two dull people.
And then, like in Hong Kong, the time I was there, you could go out on a boat and have dinner with a family in the harbor there. You know, off Kowloon. Did you do any of that stuff or go up to?
No, we went to restaurants. We didn't need a boat. Yeah. We were on the ship all the time. We were on the Royal Viking Sun, which was a great ship. We just sat in the dining room all day long, swelling up. And, you know, lunch, brunch, a lot of meals on the ship. So we didn't need to do that.
And what is it like for you and Newhart, who are two well-known people, to be on the boat? You know, you're kind of a captive audience there, or you're captive stars. You know, you can't go in it. You can't get away from your audience.
Well, the funny part is, when you go on these ships, and I said, I'm going to pay the customers and the people on the ship, the fellow passengers, they come up and say, Rickles, you're on the ship. This is great. This is great. I'm Al Schwartz from New York. It's always an Al Schwartz. I'm Al Schwartz from New York. He said, I got a party at 7. We're going to sit ringside tonight. Call my wife a moron, okay? Party at 7. I said, no, you don't understand. I'm a guest on the ship, just like you. I pay. Newhart pays. We all pay. There's no show. And then you call my brother a fat jerk, okay? This will be terrific. And like morons, they sit every night ringside. The show goes on. They go, he's going to go. He'll go on shortly. And they wait every night. And I'm in the back with Newhart going, and I'm watching all these dummies sit in the front going, where is he? He's supposed to call my uncle a fat jerk, you know. And we never showed up.
And tell the truth, you didn't get up one time? You or Newhart not once got up and did?
No, I don't need that. I'm big in my cabin. Kidding? I make Newhart laugh. And that's really something. You know, he sits there with a white bread sandwich.
And then in China, what did you do there? The Great Wall, the Forbidden City, the usual?
Yeah, I watched my wife go to the top, and she was wheezing and spitting up all over the place, and I was starting to make out her will. But no, we climbed the wall, and we, you know, they had the little stands down below. They go, you know, the Chinese flag. You want to buy Chinese flag? And I joined in. They make a lot of money, those Chinese people, you know, with selling flags.
Yeah.
So I joined in, and I was kidding around a lot with the people. And they didn't know who I was, but believe it or not, because of CNN and Larry King being on, you remember Larry King?
Yes, I do.
So being on with Larry King, you know, your eyes went dead as soon as they said Larry King. There's no need to be jealous. You're hot. Don't worry about it. So what if he does bigger than you? What are you worried about? This thing is great. No audience, no cameras, nothing. Just a couple of lights, and you sitting there going, the CBS network, hello, America. Anyway, that has nothing to do with it. But, hey, if you like the show, sit here.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. So, what was I saying?
You were talking about Larry King because of CNN.
Yeah, because of CNN. So guys say, know you someplace. And it's the truth. From seeing on CNN, here we are in the Mekong Delta. And there you see Larry King or CNN, you know, or all their people on their shows. Because it's unbelievable.
You mean they get Larry King in Vietnam?
Yeah. Are you kidding? And he's big, you know, people.
Oh, he's huge.
Oh, he's so big.
Enormous.
He's really great. Why am I here? No, he's really good. Because the people, Tom...
He called me just the other day and said, you have no idea how big I am. I said, Larry, I do.
Oh, he calls you?
Yeah.
Oh, he must be lonely.
Yeah.
Gee.
Well, just running on marriages.
You were married once.
Once.
Yeah. You'll never be married again.
Bible
Your
says,
personality, forget about it. You don't need marriage. You don't need marriage, Tom. You just sit in the house alone and hum a lot. You know? Hope somebody shows up. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, so now you're seen on CNN. You're in the Mekong Delta, and people come up to you.
Well, you sit out. You know, here we are. Seriously, though, when I think about it, sitting in a bathrobe, we have this beautiful terrace and this penthouse on the ship. the Mekong Delta, and you thought of all that horrendous war that was going on. And here we are with a little martini, sitting out there, the wife and I and the Newharts, and you say, hey, there were helicopters.
Yeah.
Apocalypse Now.
People
now,
died
all
there.
that, and you look around and you look out in that massive jungle, and it's flat land.
Sure.
My joke to myself was, how did we lose? But I mean, they got a pop gun and a bucket of mud,
They had something else though, desire.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And they have little houses, and everyone has a television set. And they all sit on the floor, and we would drive by in our car. We had a Jeep, and we'd drive by, and they'd all be on the floor.
Did you go into Saigon at all, Ho Chi Minh?
Yeah,
City? Isn't it fabulous?
Yeah, and we went up to the hotel. What's that hotel?
The Caravel?
No, where all the officers hung out. The hotel.
I thought it was the Caravel.
No. You blew it.
Tudo?
No. I can't think of it now. Anyway, we went to the hotel where all the officers, and they sit up on the roof and have their drinks. But the exciting part was to go to Hanoi,
Oh, you went there?
Yeah, and everybody's walking around, It's a good place for Jerry Lewis to do his show because there's a lot of people in bad shape there, Walk on. Could use a lot of that.
I remember when I was there during the war, I went with Bill Scranton when he was governor of Pennsylvania. LBJ sent
Oh, you've been to Hanoi?
Not Hanoi, just to Ho Chi Minh, Saigon.
Saigon.
And the press was at the Caravel Hotel. And we would sit up on the rooftop at night. They had a restaurant on the roof of the hotel. And you could see the war taking place out beyond
the hotel. I can't think of the name of that place, yeah. But
Don,
everything is
Don, you can
lousy.
take this to the bank, okay? It's the Caravel Hotel, Don.
That's ice cream.
Take it to the bank, Don.
Take it to the bank.
Take it to the bank.
Okay.
The Caravel Hotel. Trust me.
Charlie Fax. Like I care. It's the Caravel.
But anyway, Hanoi, as an American, how were you received there? Because this was before
Well, they bayoneted my wife.
Oh, they...
But she was fine. Just some minor wound.
If it were up to you, we never would have signed this agreement.
No, they were nice. They didn't know who we were. A lot of Americans are coming there now. A lot of businessmen are coming in. And we went and had lunch in Hanoi, and we went into the hotel, and they do a lot of this, but they're very modern because all the people that work there, the Vietnamese do the minimal work. The cooks are all from Germany, which didn't thrill me too much, especially when the guy started to take my name instead of the order. I said I'd like some scrambled eggs. He went, and what else would you like? And then I heard a lot of drum rolls. So that upset me. But otherwise, I have nothing against the German people.
No,
the war's over and we're at peace. But I must say that it was interesting to see that all the Europeans do the cooking and the high
support work. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Vietnamese do the minimal stuff. Like making up your bed. They point to say a pillow, and you punch up the pillow.
We're with Don Rickles, just back from Vietnam and the Orient, back with Don and you on the toll-free at 800-952-2788. Don't look at me in that tone of voice, Rickles. We'll be right back after these messages. Larry King is
How much longer?
Are you out there, AT&T? Of course you are. You're not gonna like this. You know how all along you've been telling us at MCI to put it in writing? Sort of implying that we weren't telling the truth about our savings. Well, approve the savings statement. We're sending them to our friends and family customers, showing them how they save. Put it in writing. I hate to say it, AT&T, but you asked for it.
Those fashionable copper ribbons.
Thursday and Sunday, it's a double shot of suspense.
We do have a murder to solve.
It's the greatest cases of Murder, She Wrote. Twice a week, Thursday and Sunday.
It's a house of secrets, a house of passion.
You had an affair with Judge Firestone.
A quickie in the bailiff's lounge.
This fall, the most intriguing house on TV is a courthouse.
The court has no sympathy.
Find out what happens when the robes come off. Courthouse premieres Wednesday, September 13th. Contains violence and adult language.
When you're blowing your nose really hard, does your tissue fall apart?
Just go right through them.
I blow right through them.
It doesn't hold. It tears.
Give me one tissue, I'll destroy it.
That's why there's Puff's Extra Strength.
The softness and the strength.
It's made to take the biggest sneezes, the hardest blows, because it's twice as strong when wet than the leading regular tissue.
I want the ones that don't fall apart. After all those blows, they're tough.
Funny nose, and stays dry.
Puff's Extra Strength.
Strongest for your nose through all the blows.
Best of both worlds, soft and strong.
No matter what kids are up to, one thing they're always into is Sunny Delight. Well, now there's new Sunny Delight Light. It's low in calories, with the same vitamins as regular Sunny Delight, and a great citrus taste. And that's something any kid will flip over. New Sunny Delight Light, the good stuff kids go for.
Always on the run, but for the wrong reasons? You just can't seem to wake up on time? Well, there's a solution to your dilemma, and it's called 976-TIME, California's best wake-up service. Dial 976-8463 now and receive your own hotel-style wake-up call. For only $1.75 plus possible toll, you'll have the advantage of a reliable computerized wake-up service at your fingertips. Anytime, all the time. Be on time with 976-TIME.
When you were talking about acting up on the trip, like doing the goose step in Munich, what does Newhart do when you do all this shtick? Because, you know, Bob doesn't like to call any attention to himself.
Well, no, we sit in a restaurant, and we say, and I do it deliberately, and I go, waiter! And he goes, don't do that. Don't start. Please, don't. Waiter, could we have some soup? And he'd go, could you keep it down, please?
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. And I do that kind of, and then we walk down the street, like when we were in Germany and Munich, and I was doing, in einem Stein, in einem Stein. He said, don't do that, don't. I said, no, my legs are bad. My legs, they lock on me. You know, gotta get the knees going. Yeah, because I do all that stuff. And then we go up on the bridge. You know, he's up on the bridge, and he's always saying, like, we go on an airplane. He's really something special. I make fun of him. And why? He's a funny guy. Not on the stage, but, you know, as a person. But he really is. He's adorable. But he's low key. You know, he doesn't like to.
He doesn't like no attention.
Absolutely, yeah. and I can understand that. But you know, that's why his personality. You know, I like to be. You know, I need fans. It's like when you're with Sinatra. He says, "Close everything off. I don't want to see anybody." And I lean out and I go, "I need fans."
Yeah, right.
I can't afford.
You're a gregarious, outgoing guy.
Gregarious, yeah. Find out what that means. Yeah, gregarious. I knew him. Yeah. Johnny Gregarious, guy from the Bronx.
But you know what I mean. You like people around you, like a crowd.
Well, I enjoy people. I do. And I know how to greet a person in a way when the time's up. See, if somebody comes up to you, you say, like Newhart, for example, you say to me, I'm Bob Newhart. You say, you're just a fan. You say, hi, Doug.
Okay.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
Fine. But where are you from? Your mother lives in Detroit. No kidding. And your kid is 34.
Yeah.
Really?
So now you were talking...
How's your aunt? Your aunt's pretty good. Oh, wonderful. What does your aunt do? She sings, dances, boom. And he goes through the whole story. I do, hey, how are you? It's good to see you. Yes, we're having dinner. God bless. Good to see you. And then they go away.
Yeah. So when Newhart gets on an airplane...
He goes into the cockpit and checks it all out. Do you think we'll be able to take off? And the pilot has one earphone. Why did you hear something? Well, the pilot gets worried. Now we got 10 people in the cockpit walking around checking instruments. But no, he's very careful about his traveling. Yeah. But all in all, he's a good person. I make fun of him, but he's a good person.
Here is Carrie on the toll-free calling from Chicago. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I've been watching your show for a while. I really like your show.
Thanks.
And I wanted to ask Don, are there any jokes or one-liners about people that you just wouldn't do because it seems too mean or something?
Well, I've never had that problem because I've always had in my head a fine line of how far to go. And I've never thought about it, whether it be the Pope or what have you. I just have a second sense of what I think is funny. And if I think it's funny, the audience better think it's funny because what I do on the stage, I do up in my room and I laugh my you-know-what off before I go on. So I know it's pretty funny. Yeah. So I really pretty much know how far to go with that sort of thing. So there's nothing that's really sacred.
What have you ever wanted to do but you stopped because you said, it's funny, but it may offend, it may hurt?
I never was put in that position, really. And I always have a bailout. Somehow I've been blessed with a bailout. But I've never been in a position where I said, oh, gee, See, you can never do that, Tom, like in your work. You got to go full ahead and say, I did it, I believe in it. Because if you run scared or you say, geez, I shouldn't have said that.
Second guess yourself.
You're in trouble. Yeah. And over all the years that when I first started out, I did so many mistakes. But I said, hey, I'm right, they're wrong. And you got to believe it. Because if you don't believe what you do, you're finished. It's like in anything else.
So you would never, like, apologize to anyone because you said something and then it turned out they felt really bad about it?
No, because it's all in humor. If you come to see Don Rickles, you're coming to laugh, hopefully. And if you're not, who are you, lady?
Yeah.
No, you're very sweet, dear. I don't want her to call anymore. No, take care, dear. Thank you. But it's really the truth. I know when to stop.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for calling. Thanks for watching, Carrie.
Bye.
It'll be
Bye
a long
now.
night.
Now, when did you do the Ellis Island? Was that part of the vacation that you were on, or was that
We just came from New York, and I was working with Joan Rivers, who's wonderful, by the way. And we were working around the country together, and we stayed in New York as a home base, and we haven't done that in years, to stay in New York for 2 weeks and operate out of New York. So the wife said, let's go to Ellis Island. You know, like when you're here, you never go to, Chinese Man Theater? Or
where would you go here?
Universal to check the ride.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know, but there's certain this isn't California doesn't have these nostalgic places like we have in New York.
No, but like in New York, you know,
right.
I know a guy, his mother and father came through Ellis Island.
Yeah.
And you can buy like a plaque. If you,
it's this big. We went and saw that. We were looking for names.
But anyway, he took his dad back there. He bought his dad a plaque.
Right.
He took him back.
Some people are very
it's
emotional
very
about it.
emotional to see that.
And I thought it was exciting because we saw the luggage and clothes and left. And 2 Jewish women by the dock going, I want to come to America. And that was it.
All that's there.
Yeah, and then we went around the Statue of Liberty, took a couple of pictures, and that was it.
Yeah.
No, it's really great if you're really into that. I mean, it's not much. In fact, I started to take some of the luggage. I thought it was Samsonite or something, you know. A lot of luggage. They show a whole big pile of luggage and clothes.
And like when you're in New York, do you ever go back to where you grew up, the neighborhood?
Yeah, but you know,
your street, your
now
block?
my neighborhood's a foreign country. Yeah. And a lot of guys are walking around going, "You like it here?" And they're all flying around. Mine was middle class America. I come from Jackson Heights, by the way.
And what was your dad's job? What did he do?
He was an insurance man. He was a good one too. He was a wonderful insurance man. And I tried to sell insurance, and I could never close. I used to sell New York, Mutual Benefit of Omaha. That's a great company. I even say it on the stage, you know. Today, it's out of business. I wonder why, because, you know, you had to be, I used to sell it to kangaroos, ducks, whatever, never people.
But you couldn't close.
And the guy said to me, I'd say, and this policy you need, and the guy would say, well, Don, let me think about it. Okay, fine.
No.
And I go home.
No, you got to stay.
And I go home. And my father said, how'd you do? I left. He didn't want it. I said, you got to talk to these people.
You can't walk
So I was never good at that.
And never let him talk to the wife.
I was never good at that, right.
You know?
I was never, did you ever do any selling?
Yes, I did.
Oh, well, you're good at it because that's your field. But I couldn't sell. I really couldn't. I could get people to like me and laugh with me, but when it came to, even when I sold pots and pans, and I did that, I sold cosmetics, I did all that stuff. Had a tough life. Yeah, tough life. Had a violin on the Lower East Side. I'll never forget it.
I tried.
My little old grandmother was sitting in a chair, and I was playing a violin. I never became champ. I wanted to be champ. But that's a movie. Forget it.
Yeah. I tried selling TV time once, and no good.
Really?
No. I'd take a picture of a guy's store with a Polaroid in the 50s, say, I could show this picture of your store on TV.
Yeah.
He says, fine, go show it. I have to pause here. We're with Don Rickles at 800-952-2788, back after these messages.
Introducing Brute Clear Gel Antiperspirants and Deodorants with Click Control. 3 clicks give you just the right amount you need for all-day protection. Because the last thing you want to do is lose your cool. Brute by Fabergé, the essence of man.
Pine Sol Helpline.
I love the smell of pine sol, but my husband likes lemon.
Try Lemon Fresh Pine Sol Cleaner. It has the scent of lemon and the power of pine sol.
He'll love that. Now, if he only liked Mother.
Oh, honey, that's a whole nother helpline.
What's in this glass has helped you avoid the plague of cavities. Ordinary water with fluoride. What's in this glass, along with brushing and flossing, may help you avoid another menace, the gum disease gingivitis. It's Listerine. Gum disease is caused by germs. Listerine kills them. It's the only brand clinically proven to help prevent the gum disease gingivitis. For teeth, fluoride. For gums, Listerine. It's time to rinse. Listerine, the power of prevention.
have greasy,
They're even better their second day.
Larry Thomas Fox, barber at Spring Hill.
You're the head expert in town, aren't you?
Some people might say so.
So you probably know the new Saturns have more headroom.
I believe the new one is going to have a right smart more headroom.
Think that'll have a big effect on your business?
Well, really, I don't see how it could.
Maybe pompadours will make a comeback, huh?
Well, they may. I didn't think flat tops would ever make a comeback if they did, so who knows, huh?
So you're liking more headroom?
Yeah, I believe it'd be a good thing to have more headroom, though.
A deadly drug is back. Heroin hooked Jerry Garcia. It killed this mother of two. Is someone you know next? 48 Hours, Thursday.
This may be small-town America, but she's no Aunt Bee.
Rack your balls.
He's no Opie. And he's no Sheriff Andy.
No more running, son.
American Gothic premieres Friday, September 22nd. It ain't Mayberry. Contains some violent scenes.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, ring a bell, ding dong. If you're happy and you know it, ring a bell, ding dong. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, ring a bell.
Julia Murray is doing something her allergies and the pollen never let her do before. She's watching one of the finest 9-year-olds ever to play the game, thanks to Benadryl, the histamine blocker. Take Benadryl and take back your life.
Infection-causing bacteria can live anywhere.
Ouch, Mommy!
That's why every cut needs Neosporin. It kills germs and helps cuts heal 4 days faster. Use Neosporin to help heal cuts faster.
Do you ever wonder what the future holds? What card has fate dealt to you? Will you enjoy success? Fame? Is there health and happiness in your fortune?
To speak with the world's greatest psychics, call 1-800-360-HELL. Adults only.
Discover your true path to destiny.
Don Rickles is here for a few more. Here is Mark in Youngstown, Ohio. Hi, and welcome to CBS.
How you doing, Tom?
Pretty good, Mark. Thanks for calling. Thanks for watching. Say hi to Don Rickles.
Hey, Don, you got a fan here.
Thank you. I need one.
You too, Tom.
Thank you.
I remember Marlon Perkins talking at Mutual of Omaha in the Wild Kingdom. Do you remember that?
Yeah, sure. In fact, one of the lions is at my house right now, chewing up the furniture just to relax.
I don't know if they had anything for bear bites or anything like that, but I just wanted to, I want to apologize quickly to your caller, the screener, Tom. I was going to ask Don a typical, Hollywood question. I just wanted to ask him to take the opportunity. Since you mentioned your friend Bob Newhart, who I was a fan of, he played the psychologist on his first TV show, and I had it out with my psychiatrist today. I'm beginning to find that these people, they have, the personality of you, Don, but without any of the humor. And I was just wondering, if you have any tips on, how I could deal with these people.
Yeah, take a sleeping pill and forget about it.
Really?
I don't know. I haven't been to a psychiatrist, but hey, they all have a job to do, and I guess they try the best to make
And why are you in therapy, Mark?
Because he asks those kind of questions. I think it's very obvious.
Don, it never occurred to me. Thank you.
I mean, a man asks those kind of questions. He's got something wrong.
Yeah. No,
the bell's going banana.
No, is everything under control, Mark?
Well, it's somewhat under control.
How old are you, Mark?
32.
Oh, yeah, well, don't lay in bed too much.
I'll take that advice.
You lay in bed and you put the covers over your head and you say it's so dark in here, and it starts. That's when the trouble starts, Mark. You come over to my office. I'll help you, Mark, okay?
I hear you.
Are you married?
No.
That's another problem, Mark.
Locking
yourself in your room alone a lot, no good.
Yeah, but I hear you.
The radio off, just humming, no good. Then your mother comes and says, Mark, what are you doing? Listening to the radio, Mom. And it's not on, Mark. That's a problem.
You think I should get married?
No, I think you should get back into an institution and get well. That's the first thing. No, get married. Find a nice girl. Find some hooker and kill an hour.
I'd like to find a nice Jewish girl, but then I hear
a Jewish girl?
About your wife.
Yeah, Jewish girls are hookers. Sure, why not?
They are?
Yeah, they work Israel a lot, sure. I don't know.
I got to get over there.
Yeah, Mark. Listen, Mark, hang up. You're getting on my nerves.
Take care, Don.
No, take care, Mark. You're a sweet guy. Tom wants to say goodnight to you because you don't want to lose one fan. Say goodnight to the sicko. No, we're kidding, Mark. Look at this. I'm talking like he's sitting here on the table.
Mark, thanks for calling and thank you for watching. How did all this start with you, like the sicko, where it comes to you so fast and you kind of, back and forth, bada-boom, bada-boom, bada-boom? No. But weren't you performing for the Sailors one time and they started yelling at you and you started yelling back at them and all of a sudden everybody was laughing?
Hey, here I was, 18 years old, 300 guys on a ship in the Philippines, in Borneo, in Malaysia, with the war going on, with guns. In fact, up in Rhode Island, I was doing a show, Joan Rivers and I were doing a show up there, and a guy comes in and says, Don. You remember? Yeah. Vinny Babanani. Remember? On the ship? Remember you had the blue suit on that night? We went ashore, and you were with Mary, and I was with Shirley? Remember? And I had a martini, and you had a scotch soda. Remember that night? Guy's talking 50 years ago.
Yeah, right.
And he looked 90. He looked 90. I looked great. Guy had no teeth. He was gumming himself, And it was one of those things. So a lot of guys think, and I always say, if I was a butcher, would you remember me? But the great thing about the thing on the siren, I was a gunner's, what they call a loader. I loaded, ammunition. Mm-hmm. And we had a guy, all the guys were, deep south in that time, Where's Rickles, And their big kick was to beat me up, But I had a guy with me that always took care of me. I always, a couple of bucks, boom, everything was taken care of. And we used to load the gun. In those days, we didn't have radar. So we were always being attacked at night by Japanese planes. And they didn't have radar, so we didn't know what the hell to do. So we'd load the gun, and I'd get so nervous, my helmet would fall off. I'd be loading the gun, and boom, the helmet, bang, boom, bang, all the way down the deck. And the captain said,
Who the hell is doing that? We're supposed to have complete silence. The Japanese Air Force is going to bomb the hell out of us. Who the hell is doing it? Who's got that sense of humor?
Boom, bang, boom. And like a jerk, I was running up and down the deck, picking up my helmet. Boom, boom. And the guy said, will you get that moron Rickles out of here? We're going to get killed. Guy was Frank A. Monroe, and he had a boil on his neck, and it broke every time I did this, But it was something. Gee, he was one of those big Mickey Mouse guys, and the hat was always a little off to the left. Never in the middle, And he used to stand on the deck at night. He was like Jimmy Cagney and Mr. Roberts.
I'm going to...
All right, get Rickles up here now. I want to speak to him.
And, of course, I had to walk slow because after the raid, my pants were a little heavy. Pants were heavy. I had one of these kind of walks. I'm coming, Captain.
You don't stop, I'm going to spit up. But didn't they finally give you permission that you could have your helmet off so that you wouldn't make the noise anymore?
Well, they figured I'd get a direct grenade hit and I'd be dead, So I said, take his helmet off. Maybe he'll get hit and die, That was the wish. Everybody on the ship said, get Rickles over the side. Maybe he'll die. Had a lot of camaraderie.
I love, though, when you say, Don, do you remember me? How many people have said that to you, huh?
I only remember two guys. A guy, Mike Flora, if he's listening, he was a wonderful guy. He's a retired policeman, and he was a good friend of mine. But then it was all downhill. I remember names, but different guys. But I don't remember 300 guys. Who would remember? I don't know how they remember. A lot of people remember who was on the ship.
Well, but see, now you're a famous guy, so 300 guys remember you, but you can't remember all 300.
I don't want to remember.
I know you don't, Don. Anyway, Rickles will be at the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas the week of September the 5th.
Right.
He'll be at Caesars.
With Buddy Greco, by the way.
With Buddy Greco, right. And at Caesars in Atlantic City the week of September the 14th.
With Rosalind Kine, Barbara Streisand's sister.
Really?
Yeah, she came out on the stage with a sign, Barbara Streisand's sister.
When you went like this, I didn't know where you were going.
No. She's got those, too.
Now, here they are.
Let's not go into that. I'm going to try for a spare. Okay.
Next, Clive Barker and his newest picture. We'll be right back after these messages. Thank you, my friends.
Every morning I wake up starving.
Must be all that dreaming.
So I go to Burger King for a croissant sandwich with ham, egg, and cheese, plus hash browns and coffee, all for just $1.99. $1.99? I must still be dreaming.
Breakfast at Burger King.
Cellular One offers remarkably clear service.
Father couldn't be here, so he's listening over the phone.
In fact, clarity could be why more people choose Cellular One.
She sounds great, honey.
Cellular One, the nation's #1 cellular service.
Alpha 1 is Alpha 2. Enemy squad in open. Moving north on foot.
Sergeant, here's the latest intelligence report.
I'll post it right away, Sergeant.
Sir, enemy position is confirmed at top of...
Step off.
Army Reserve, Montgomery GI Bill, skill training and more.
Tonight, Dave and his old pal Jay Thomas.
I will screw you!
Plus the music of Soul Asylum and fun with Rupert.
We're in good hands now.
Tonight.
Get live with CBS on Prodigy, the nation's most popular online service. Go behind the scenes of The Late Late Show with Tom Snyder. Talk with Tom and his guests online. Tell us what you think. Get program information. Even take a special Tom Snyder trivia quiz. To order Prodigy, call 1-800-PRODIGY and ask for the CBS offer today.
Today, bad breath is polluting our air. Now's the time for Big Minty Certs, the only mint with retsin to freshen breath. Freshen your breath. Save the air. Have a Certs.
I started my cleaning business with 5 houses, and now I have close to 200. No one does a better job than I do. The hardest room in the house to clean is the bathroom. I'm an absolute terror in a bathroom. I hate soap scum. It's like a layer. I mean, you get the hard water stains, then you get the soap scum, and you've got to get through one to get to the other. And that's what Comet Bathroom Cleaner does.
Comet Bathroom Cleaner is the best when it comes to cleaning soap scum. Then nothing's better at getting rid of tough, hard water stains.
Comet does a great job. Makes my job a whole lot easier.
When others can't cut it, Comet can.
Should a trucker smell like honeysuckle? Yeah, right. That's why Ivory has no heavy perfumes, no dyes, no deodorants. Because you're sweet enough just the way you are. Ivory, the clean.
Whether it be in his writing, his painting, or in his films, audiences are drawn to Clive Barker's vivid imagination. His latest work is a movie which he both wrote and directed. It's based on one of the short stories he did called Lord of Illusions. Welcome back, and thanks for coming in.
Thanks,
and I
Tom.
love the article about your art on the
you.
front page of the Los Angeles Times this morning. Why do you think people who go to your films or to any attraction that frightens them like to be scared? We love to be terrified.
We do love to be scared. We
Thank
do
God.
love to be scared. Oh, yes, I'm very grateful. I think a lot of it is to do with the idea of confronting something that we maybe feel very nervous about, subjects that maybe are even taboo subjects: death, obsession, madness, bodily harm, bodily transformation, all the things that really we hide away, we tuck out of sight. But in the format of a movie, in the hour and a half of a movie, we can take that journey and know that it's safe. We know we can come out the other side.
We are going to survive it fine.
For sure.
Nobody in Southern California wants another earthquake to ever happen again. Yet by the thousands, they flock to Universal City to take the earthquake ride. Yeah.
Or, no, absolutely right. And we know that, 2 minutes afterwards, we can step away from it. We also know in a movie that it's happening to somebody else. Mm-hmm. And I think that's very important. There's a kind of vicarious thrill that comes from watching other people suffer. I mean, it's not perhaps a particularly pleasant part of what we are as a species, but it's there. And I much prefer that people were doing it in a fictional form than they were actually doing it on the streets of a city.
You know, and we talk about this often here, the genius of Hitchcock was he always let you in.
Oh, yes.
We were always saying to Cary Grant, oh, God, don't go in there. Jesus,
sure. For sure. But the other thing is that we like the people who are at risk. You mentioned Cary Grant, and he's a perfect example. I mean, what a great guy to identify with. Yeah. We feel, I cast Scott Bakula, who from Quantum Leap and Murphy Brown,
perfect.
right, in Lord of Illusions, and it's much the same kind of thing. Yeah. He's a guy that you instantly like. There's a kind of chemical thing that happens with certain kinds of actors, I think, where you say, Harrison Ford is another example. You say, I like this guy.
Yeah. And I don't want to see him get hurt.
Exactly.
Like in the Indiana Jones pictures. Oh my God, they're not going to. Please don't let that happen.
Or even more in The Fugitive, you see it where you say, oh please.
Although, did you buy when he went down the water chute? I mean, really?
No, probably not.
But it was a great picture.
I mean, he's the kind of actor. I think Bakula is the same. He's the kind of presence that you just feel. Is accessible. He's a kind of everyman.
Is it true that you think that one of the most horrible experiences in the world is It's a Small World at Disneyland?
Yes, it is.
Isn't it awful?
Yes, that's a nightmare.
Isn't it just awful?
Yes, your researcher asked me this afternoon and all those damn heads, backwards and forwards. I could do serious damage with a machete.
Oh yeah, or a hammer, just a hammer.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it goes on forever, and you say, there's a bloody Eskimo coming now, it's just a nightmare. No, actually, on a serious level, actually, it's also the kind of banality of that which drives me crazy.
I was working in New York at ABC with the man I work with now, Michael Horowitz, who's the producer of this show. And he came out here to California to do something and came back to New York, and we're in the edit bay back there editing stuff for the news, and all of a sudden I hear, na, 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 na. He's bought back the It's a Small World watch. I says, give me that damn thing. And I, bang, man. Oh.
Well, it's a nightmare. That's a nightmare.
When people meet you, because of the kind of work you do, the things you've written and the motion pictures you've made, like the last time you were here, it was about the end of the flesh.
Sure, farewell to the flesh. Sure.
Do they expect you to be kind of like a weird guy?
Yeah.
They always
they're kind of disappointed, I think, is the truth, that my weirdness is not externalized in some way or other. Unless I'm the first one to say I'm weird. It just doesn't show. I mean, I will absolutely accept that there is some chemical imbalance in me that results, in these imaginings being natural to me. I mean, I've been on tour for Lord of Illusions, going across the country, talking to press, and the question that comes up over and over again is, where does this stuff come from? And I have to say, I've never known a time in my life when it wasn't there.
You've had a vivid imagination since you were a kid, right?
It never occurred to me that there was anything odd about this, that there was anything strange or bizarre about my imagination until I contrast myself with other people, and then I realize that they're looking at me and they're saying, because this is who I am, this is what I imagine.
What scares you?
Oh, well, we're back to It's a Small World, aren't we?
But when you were a little...
I'm actually serious about that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm serious about the kind of big, banal, sickly sweet kind of... I used to have dreams when I was a kid of... I think this is a thing of clowns and circuses, and sickly things scare me. The conventional stuff, the conventional gothic stuff, spiders and coffins and, nah.
No.
But... and a lot of things that, frankly, that are out there in the real world. I mean, I write supernatural fiction. I don't write about psychos on the loose. I don't write about stuff that's going on in the streets of Los Angeles right now. That's scary.
You know what's frightening to me is how easy it is to regimentize people.
Right.
Disneyland, for example. How everybody falls in line, man.
Right.
And
there was a really interesting experiment done about 10 years ago. I don't know if you recall.
Just a moment, excuse me.
Yes.
We have a break that we must do now.
Back
I've just
to
been
the
given the magic signal here. That's break, right? What would happen if we just delayed it for a minute and then did it?
Entirely up to you.
No, please. I know you're just the conduit of information from the control center to me here in the
vital links.
The vital link to us in the space bubble. By the way, we've repositioned the neon logo. Did you notice this the last time? Yeah. No, we put that in a different place. Put it in a place where no camera can possibly see it. Clive Barker, the motion picture is called Lord of Illusion, and if you're wondering what that picture is about, you will not have to wonder for long, because we'll get to it along with the thing that you were going to talk about, which I've completely forgotten here. I could go on forever if they... I know, but I won't. We'll be right back at 800-952-2788 after these messages. I do not like regimentation.
In Prague, you can trade them for a car.
Emma, seems like we've known each other forever.
Yeah, I know. 2 weeks.
Will you marry me? 'Cause Emma, I love you, man.
Oh, Johnny, you're not getting my Bud Light.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Johnny?
Make it a Bud Light.
Jane?
It's Joan.
Jane, Joan, whatever. I feel like I've known you forever.
Lots of people think they can't get their prescriptions put into the sunglass styles they really want. Now at LensCrafters, we have these new sun centers. Whether you need regular or prescription sunglasses, we have great styles, great prices. We have Ray-Ban, we have Guess, hundreds of pairs, and we can put prescriptions into almost all of them, even the latest sports styles from Belay. We're LensCrafters. The glasses are ready in about an hour, and my customers go home happy. I love what I do. I help people see better.
LensCrafters, helping people see better, 1 hour at a time.
To demonstrate the uniqueness of a Beauty Rest mattress by Simmons, we're dropping the ball. On the competition, that is. Almost every other mattress made relies on springs that are linked, so when the person next to you moves, you get disturbed. But only Simmons uses Beauty Rest individually pocketed coils to help assure you an undisturbed night's sleep, no matter what's rolling around next to you. Beauty Rest by Simmons, the Do Not Disturb mattress.
Here's the latest. The deep-down cleaning power of Lysol joins the stain-removing power of bleach in Lysol Plus Bleach All-Purpose Cleaner, a powerful bleach cleaner with 2 times more cleaners than the leading bleach cleaner to power out stains and tough dirt. Lysol Plus Bleach, a superpower in cleaning.
Lysol spray use number 141, that fishy smell you can't cast off. Lysol disinfectant spray. There's nothing this can't do.
There are a lot of ways to become a sportscaster.
Oh, yeah.
Their guy went to school.
NFL rookie.
Our guy went to school. Their guy trains.
5. Touchdown.
Our guy trains. And on game day, while their guy talks about the game, Dan Fouts lives it. Dan Fouts in Channel 5 Eyewitness News. Bay Area news from Bay Area people.
You were saying an experiment. I'm sorry for the interruption.
You were talking about regimentation. And there was an experiment done a while ago where they gave a bunch of students the chance to have a couple of days as prison wardens or prison guards. And they were all liberal students. They were all guys that you basically would think were pretty good guys. You put them in a uniform, you gave them a truncheon, and they turned into monsters. They turned into bullies. They turned into brutal. They turned into everything that their previous incarnation would have found gross and horrible.
Right.
And what I think is interesting about that, you talk about regimentation. Uniforms are a form of regimentation. Uniforms eradicate the specifics of the personality.
Exactly right. Individuality is lost to uniformity.
Right, and you end up. It was interesting hearing Don talking about his war experiences and the fact, I mean, in all that joking, there was that thing about the fact that, he was obviously an iconoclast even then, a guy who's sort of breaking all the rules. And the rules, I think, you obviously think the rules are there to be broken. A lot of people feel the reverse. A lot of people feel whole to the rules.
Well, if not broken, questioned. Why is that rule there? Why do we need that particular
absolutely.
rule?
Though it feels to me that we're actually moving back into a phase, unfortunately, where we're going to have a lot of people saying, don't question anymore, just trust us.
Let me ask you about The Last Illusion, because just from the title, it would combine illusion and magic.
Sure. The short story is called The Last Illusion. The movie's called Lord of Illusions. It's based upon, we've spoken before about movies. Film noir is one of my passions. And detective movies are one of my passions. And so I've been writing for 10 years now about a detective, a New York PI, called Harry D'Amour. And Harry comes out of the Hammett Chandler tradition. He's a Sam Spade, Philip Marlowe-esque kind of guy.
Yeah.
He loves his life with divorce cases and insurance fraud cases. Unfortunately, he is beset by magical interventions of various kinds, supernatural interventions of various kinds. He cannot get through a case without something supernatural happening. And Lord of Illusions takes him through from the world of illusion, of David Copperfield, if you will, through to something much darker. And Bakula plays D'Amour. Bakula embodies D'Amour for me because he's an accessible, regular guy in deeply extraordinary circumstances. Terrifying circumstances.
When you say film noir,
yeah,
I once interviewed Paul Schrader. Is
sure.
that? Yeah. Sure. Are you an enormous fan of his?
I love some of his movies, and I don't like some.
I remember interviewing him when a picture of his came out, and I forget the title, and it did not do an awful lot of business, as I recall. He was a terribly engaging, charming man.
Yeah.
So, and they had provided me with a video cassette of the movie, which I watched the night before at the hotel. And he said, so how did you like the picture? And I said, well, it was awfully dark. And he said, oh, well, there you go. I said, no, I don't mean dark in content. Right. I mean, I couldn't see any of the people because all the lights were off.
The ultimate film noir.
Yeah.
No, you know, the detective character is such a staple of American cinema. And it seemed to me what a great combination it was to take the detective character and put him into a horror movie and watch him follow the clues through to, you know, uncovering secret after secret, and of course following the most beautiful woman in the world to do so.
Why not? I look forward to the picture. It opens on Friday around the country, and I sure do thank you for coming by. It's always a joy to talk to you, and when you come back, I must talk about the time you spent living on Penny Lane, okay?
That's a deal.
Okay, thank you very much, Clive. The picture is called Lord of Illusion. It opens Friday at theaters around the country. Back after these messages, and thank you.
What does a gossip columnist wear to an opening?
I won't make Blackwell's list.
We know you want to know. New York News premieres Thursday, September 28th. How do you get to be a dragon lady?
That exclusive was yours.
There's more than one way. New York News premieres Thursday, September 28th. What does it take to be a star reporter?
When it goes in tomorrow, it'll be bigger than we thought.
A big scoop would help.
It might involve cops.
New York News premieres Thursday, September 28th.
To relieve itch, get Benadryl cream. It works two ways. First, it stops itch on the skin surface. Then it penetrates to block the histamines that can trigger itch. Stop itch two ways with Benadryl cream. It blocks histamines hydrocortisones can't.
Staph bacteria can live almost anywhere. Ow! That's why every cut needs Neosporin. Neosporin kills germs and helps cuts heal 4 days faster. Use Neosporin to help heal cuts faster.
Wake up. Call 976-WAKE. Get out of bed and get ahead. Use your touch-tone phone. Call 976-WAKE. We're the wake-up that works. So why worry? Don't ever be late again. Call 976-WAKE. Do it now. Only $2 plus possible toll. Depend on us. Call 976-WAKE and wake up right. Wake up bright. Wake up to us tomorrow. For service outside California, call 1-900-976-WAKE.
Unlock the mysteries of the future. Open the door to your destiny.
I'm really going places at work. Thanks to my psychic, success has never been easier.
Live your dreams today. Call now and discover your future.
I knew there was someone out there for me. My psychic put me in the right place at the right time to find him. He's everything I ever wanted.
Only you can open the door to a brighter tomorrow. Call 1-800-600-4C now.
You know what kills me? I was listening to the trial today with this, and he said the N word. Pretty soon it's going to be the I word, the W word, the Z word, the J word, the K word. What are we doing in this country? What's it come to? Tomorrow night, we will go through explicitly the replacement of the neon logo. Join me now with Elliot Forrest on the Late Late Radio Show at 1-800-890-9990. Back tomorrow night, same time, same station.